What up, my magnificent mini painters? My name is Riley, and welcome to a brand new series I'm calling Hobby Recap. A series where I'm very much just going to go over everything I've done the week prior and could potentially talk about some other stuff here or there, whether it be hobby related, whether it be just stuff I like that I saw, and who knows. Yeah. I plan to do this at least once a week, hopefully, as long as my schedule permits it and I have time. And I really just want to start this episode, this channel, this series, whatever you want to call it, this new year, off with a bang, especially when it comes to my hobbies. I've been really enjoying Warhammer lately, and that's kind of where I'm starting off. And, people say new year, new me. I say new year, new mini. Anyway, I started off this year with the goal of creating a 2,000 point Adeptus Sororitas army for Warhammer 40k, and that goal is going pretty well because I've built about 1,000 points of it. My whole list consists of the Combat Patrol box, the Sanctorum Guard battle force, the Purgatos mission battle force, and just a couple other boxes like another Battle Sister squad, a Retributor squad, and a Hospitaller. I even have an additional Dogmata which I might use. I'm not 100% sure if how I can or utilize it, but anyway, my goal is to finish building that 2,000 point list so that way it's there. I can use it when I want to. And that leads into my next goal, which was just to play more Warhammer. I even did that, though, this past weekend. I went to go visit a friend. We went to their local shop, and we got a couple games in. The first game, it was me versus them with their AdMech army versus my sisters, and boy howdy did I get destroyed. They had vehicles, I did not. But hey, that's what happens when you rush a 500 point list to just try and get to play. But I had fun still. The second game we did was we took mine and their 500 point army, so AdMech and sisters versus a 1,000 point Custodes army, which just, boy howdy was that a mess. But it was fun. The guy that we played against with that army was super chill. He was super informative, and everyone there at the shop was really cool. So I'm really excited to kind of play with a lot more of them, which kind of leads into the next thing. Was they actually have an Age of Sigmar campaign that they're looking to start, and I'm really hoping I can partake as long as my schedule permits. It is a bit of a drive for me, so it could be up in the air, but I'm really excited to play more Age of Sigmar. I have a lot of minis, which I hope to show you guys soon enough. And my new goal now, after I finish building my sisters, is to kind of just redefine some of those lists that I have for Age of Sigmar, because that would be a really fun thing to do. And I have so many cool minis that I really want to actually use, or have another reason to revitalize my urge to paint. But yeah, in terms of Warhammer, that's what's happened this past week. The next thing I do want to mention, though, is some of the previews that GW has been releasing over the last couple days, starting with the Combat Patrols for 40k. I'm sorry, not Combat Patrols, the Boarding Patrols, which are, I believe, there's the Space Marines and the Chaos Space Marines, which all in all look pretty cool. I don't really know if the value, fits, if it's like a worth buy in that situation. Haven't read into it that much, but I think it's pretty neat. Probably something nice for someone to get into it, especially if they're looking for Chaos Space Marines, because you get Abaddon himself. They also have the Balefleet battle force for the Chaos Space Marines, which actually looks really cool because of that like Helldrake, I think it's called. But honestly, for me, probably gonna pass. I told myself I'm gonna stick with one army for 40k as opposed to like the 7 that I have for Age of Sigmar. And if I did have to choose a second army, I'd probably go Taub, just because mechs. I'm a huge Gundam fan, so kind of go hand in hand. But the thing that I am interested in is are the brand new Slaves to Darkness models that they're coming out with. I've been a huge Chaos Warriors fan since very young. My second army ever was Chaos Warriors after the Dwarves, and I wanted to bring those into Age of Sigmar when I first got back into it, but at the time there just wasn't really much. They looked exactly the same from Fantasy. I'm pretty sure the kits were exactly the same. They just put circular bases to them rather than the squares. But with this new set and that box that came out a couple months ago, I am super hyped to get back into that army. They are just beasts, and those sculpts and the different poses, they just look really, really cool. So yeah, I'm really, really hyped to get that. But other than that, that's my recap for the week. It's been a good first week of the year, and I'm hoping to keep that momentum going. And I'm hoping that anybody watching and anybody who's in the hobby or into anything right now keeps that motivation up to keep doing what you're doing. And I'd love to talk and share some of these things with you guys. So, subscribe, leave some comments, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, or even Twitch, where I stream some video games with friends. Links will all be down in the description. They might not actually link out because YouTube does this weird thing with like you have to be like live for a couple months or something. But let's have a conversation. But other than that, you guys have a great rest of your week, month, year, however long it's going to be until we talk again. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.